Hello everyone, again, another supercard video. I've been doing a lot of these in the past few hours. So, we are here, we have just got Farouk and we are now on to Undertaker. Show you where we are. And in doing that, our deck has evolved a little bit. So if you look at Giants, you can see that Farouk, or Ron Simmons, who has 0 matches, is... oh, that was strange. Is our next best card. And we've also pulled a Pro Veer, a Road to WrestleMania Veer. Now, the left arrows aren't fantastic. As you can see, we've only got one Pro left arrow, which is R-Truth. And I've discovered that the rest of these aren't really useful. So if I go into here and go into autofill, you can see that every single one of my Road to WrestleMania singles, but my WrestleMania 38 singles, are actually stronger than the Road to WrestleMania Pros. So yeah, it turns out that we don't actually need a lot of the Road to WrestleMania cards. So that means that we can get rid of them, we can clear up some space down here, and it also means that we can train up, get cards like Veer to level 100. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So let's just take a look at all of our meals. So this here is my top 16. So currently, Braun Breaker is my 16th best card, which is going to be replaced when that Veer Pro gets pro'd, and also when Rich Holland reaches level 105, he's going to take over this. So I'm not going to get rid of Braun Breaker, I'm not going to get rid of Otis because they're event cards, and any cards that I've worked towards I tend to keep. Special event cards like these I also like to keep. I like to keep those as well. But we are going to get rid of a few of them, and a lot of it all comes from just getting these two cards here that made a big difference in the actual deck. So let's start getting rid of some cards. So the cards that you always want to keep, you want to keep your top 16 cards, you don't want to get rid of those, and also you want to look at your Giants deck, and you want to get rid of anything that's in here, including a Kofi Kingston. So because the left arrows, we still need those, I'm going to keep all of my left arrows because a left arrow pro would still be good in my deck. But I don't need any down arrows because once I get this Veer is, he's joint the best card with Roman Reigns, and we don't need any further up arrows, but we're not going to get rid of our pros because we still require those for our top 16 cards. So even though Bradshaw and Rule aren't used in my Giants Unleashed deck, they are still used in Road to Glory. So we don't want to go getting rid of those. We can get rid of anything right arrow, with the exception of Rich Holland, who is going to be in our top 16. And yeah, so first of all, let's start with our combinations. We don't need to get rid of these fusions because these fusions don't help us in any way, and they're good fusion material fodder for when the Road to WrestleMania or even WrestleMania 38 fusions come out. So we don't need our Pro Rob Van Dam, we don't need our Pro Hurricane, and we don't need our Pro Jey Uso. So let's just take these and we'll just get the image for them. Why can I not combine these? Performance? Oh damn. Okay, well we can't get rid of our Jey Uso just yet because we've got him in the Performance Center. We can, however, get rid of our RVDs. So let's combine these. Doesn't matter. And we can also get rid of our Hurricanes as well. Which is also overrun. And now we can start looking at what ones we want to go getting rid of. So we can get rid of Cena. Big E's left arrow, so we don't want to get rid of him. Otis. Finlay is also left arrow. Edge is left arrow. Braun Breaker, we don't need. We are going to keep the Scott Hall because the Scott Hall I have seen on the heroic side, He is the on the Heroic Giants Unleashed. It is a Road to WrestleMania Scott Hall. It is the WrestleMania 38 Godfather, and then it's the Heroic upgrade. So because I know that, I'm not going to get rid of him. We don't need Dexter Lumis, or Harland, or Godfather, or Kama, or Joe Gacy. We don't need Chad Gable. We don't need Grayson Waller, and we don't need Andre Chase. So those are the cards that we don't need. The rest of them we will be keeping. And now we can, let's just take a quick look, make sure there's nothing here. No, there's nothing there that I want to get rid of. So now let's look at trainable. We've also got a few new females as well. We've got WrestleMania Bayley, we've got WrestleMania Carmella. So we want to train up this Veer. So let's do that first. We will use Otis. Bring it up to level 85. And now let's try Braun Breaker. 92. Dexter Lumis. 97. One more should do it. Heartland. There we go. And now I have to get him up to his 100 matches so we can pro our Veer. We do want to train up Ridge Holland. So, I want to train up Ridge Holland. We also want to train up Kaylee Ray and Carmella and Bayley. Those are the ones that we want to focus on. I don't really care about the Bobby Heenan because he's just speed rather than, he's not two things. Let's look at sports actually. We already have a Bobby Heenan somewhere. There he is. So we don't need that. We can use that on him. There we go. But even at that, this Robert Stone manager is going to be better because it does both speed and charisma rather than just speed. So I'm going to be sticking with the Robert Stone for a while. And of course, my best one is the Universal Championship, which is a pro on the road to WrestleMania. So let's get back to the trainable cards. So our main priority, we also want to level up the Scott Hall because we know we're getting a second one of him. So let's do that as well actually. Let's use up our Rob Van Dam. Only takes him to level 76. So let's use the Hurricane as well. Not enough. One more should do it. And there we go. There, I'm now ready to start training that Scott Hall or Razor Ramon. Other ones we need to train. Let's go with Bayley. We'll use our John Cena here. Just 85. Another. Let's try 2. 97. Okay, it's going to need another one. Andre Chase. And there we go. Okay, so we don't have quite enough yet, but I mean, we are going to pro offer Jey Usos once he comes out of the Performance Center. We also have a F1 Kayla Ray, but I can't do her just yet because, as you can see, she is also in the Performance Center, which doesn't allow you to fortify when they're in the Performance Center. And we want to keep the females because the females are still necessary at the moment. Let's look at Women's War Games. So there you go, you can see we're still using a couple of Royal Rumble pros, although the majority are Road to WrestleManias. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I think we may be able to get rid of some females. let's take a look at the females. So yeah, the Sasha Banks shouldn't be in any decks. Nope. She is free. Io Shirai is still being used because we don't have amazing up arrows for females. That's right, there she is. This isn't getting removed because she's an event card. I kind of like this JC Jane, just because it's one of the extreme cards. That is obviously other up arrow, but Carmella would absolutely replace her. That's very strange to see the double heroic and the Carmella there next to one another. And the rest of these I don't really want to get rid of because they're all event cards for Rare to You Valhalla. Let's take a quick look at all Valhallas. Yeah, she's the last one of these that I've got. This is the only Christmas one that I've got here, is R-Truth. So I kind of want to keep those. We do have the King Woods, and we've also got the JC Jaden. So, I mean, technically I don't need both of those. I'm also not sure I actually particularly like this background. I don't think it's that fantastic. Okay, let's get rid of the JC Jaden. We don't need her. And I think the King Woods does look nicer with that just a little king background and everything that's going on there. Even though it's not a pro. Yeah, snivelling a bit here. Okay, so let's look at the rest of the females. Dex you in. I don't think you're supposed to be in the women's rumble. I know you are, still, just barely. So let's train. How far in is that? Performance center, that's what we're looking for. So she's about halfway through just now. And that's going to take a while. Okay, so down arrow and up arrow, let's see how that would factor in. She's actually still the best down arrow even at level 0. And the up arrow, I could replace her, but I don't really want to get rid of that image. We've also got a right arrow Bailey that we can use. Does that help? It would only just barely replace that Indy Hartwell, which doesn't help a tremendous amount. Okay, I think if I do this, that should immediately make you level 105, because the Performance Center clears up the rest. And that also means that we can fortify her. Yes, want to keep overall, or overrun. And there we go. So left arrow, does that help us? Left arrow would potentially replace this Alexa Bliss. No, actually I don't think it would, because even at level 100 they have less attack than what this Alexa Bliss does. Is this Alexa Bliss like more sparkly than it used to be? I think that's an upgrade. It's kind of cool actually. I'm pretty sure it didn't used to be like that. Or maybe it did. And maybe I'm just going a bit crazy. So let me see. Yeah, let's It feels like a waste because it's not that long to level her up. I'm also not sure it's entirely worth using it on Rich Holland because I don't think he's going to be part of our deck for very much longer. Because once we get that Undertaker, that will remove this card. Once we get the Godfather, that will remove this one. And I don't think Rich Holland is going to be stronger than JBL for some reason. And in terms of right arrows, he's definitely not going to be stronger than King Woods. So I don't think we actually need Rich Holland. Which is crazy to think, because I thought that was a really good Road to Glory Pro. But it just seems that the WrestleMania 38 cards are so much stronger than the Road to WrestleManias that it completely changes the game, really. Also, we've managed to cut this down to 379, which is quite fantastic. So we're only keeping the left arrows. We know we're getting the Pro Razor Ramon, which is fantastic. And then we only need 2 other Pros or 2 other Road to WrestleMania. In fact, actually, we're going to have this Pro. We're going to have the Undertaker, who is going to be the event card, who is the Road to WrestleMania, and we're going to get that in Heroic. And we're going to get the Heroic Pro eventually. And we're going to get the Scott Hall as well. So that's actually 3 of these spaces that are removed, and the only one that would be left would be the Stone Cold. But we do need something to take the 4th slot of a left arrow, either a Road to WrestleMania Pro or a WrestleMania 38 left arrow card. So we do want to keep the left arrows for just now, just in case. For half a second there, I thought that Razor Ramon was weaker than Finlay, but I just remembered the 100 matches are the difference there. Because there's no way that Finlay is a stronger card than Razor Ramon. Not even close. Not a chance. Then once I get these 2, I can pro them, and then I can get rid of those, and that'll take us down to 377. So, there we go. I have a lot of cards to pro. I have a lot of things to do. And you know what? Let's just do a couple of Giants Unleashed games. Let's see if we can get lucky with that. Up arrows, not our best. But we get rid of the left arrows as well because they are not helpful to us. They are our weakest arrow. Down arrows. Well, while you're ready to use the up arrow, we don't really care about the left arrow, so we're just going to gamble it all on the right arrow. So a nice right arrow would be good. Yes. Oh, we were very close to getting 4. The Veer has slightly higher toughness. If he'd gone off the 4 right arrows, that would have been a large amount of damage. We'll do the picks later. After this game, we'll do some picks. See what we get. Okay, we've got 2 up arrows. I'm going to sacrifice the down arrow as well. We're going to gamble on getting the right arrows, because the right arrows are so strong. It's a down arrow. We don't need these left arrows, because they are not helpful to us. I'm going to hope that we get a right arrow. Left arrow. That's not very helpful, so we'll just do that. Still over 1 million damage. I have also seen that it is, I think it's 1 billion damage that you need to get the heroic upgrade on Undertaker, which is a tremendous feat. There's the Undertaker himself. Once again, just making Space Invader shapes. Does everyone have any specific shapes that they make when they're getting picks? You tend to just try and do things randomly, but try to make it symmetrical. As you can see, it doesn't always work out. 4 left. Top right? Nope. We don't need to train anything at the moment, so we can dust these cards. Since we didn't get anything of any great interest there. And it's 3 more minutes until the next game, so I think that is going to be it for this video, folks. As you can see there, I am now happily in Wrestlemania 38++, so very pleased with that. The Randy Orton and the Riddle did help significantly. I do really like these 2 images, the fact that they're kind of back to back with one another. That was just a kind of happy coincidence, but it looks pretty cool all the same. Oh, and I did have a message. Let me find it. It's from the Cena Nation, and he said, can I get a shout out in your next video, please? And at the time, I was doing another video. I was doing the Pro Riddle. But there you go, Cena Nation. There's a shout out to you, my good friend, Cena Nation, who I've only just met. But there you go. That is a little shout out video for yourself. And that is going to be it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.